Welcome to the fairest show on television. First this Friday night, conflicting timelines. The war has now restarted. The Biden administration and Prime Minister Netanyahu are heading towards a conflict of their own, a showdown of their own, if you will. Israel says it will destroy Hamas, no matter how long it takes. And Mr. Biden's Secretary of State just gave the harshest warning yet to his Israeli counterparts that American support may not last that long. From the Times of Israel, quoting a leaked transcript of Antony Blinken's meeting with the Israeli war cabinet, quote, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, the entire Israeli society is united behind the goal of dismantling Hamas, even if it takes months. Blinken, I don't think you have the credit for that. So this translation would have been from English to Hebrew back to English. So take it a little bit with a grain of salt. Credit could mean that much time, that much goodwill, or even that much credit with the United States. That is a major problem for the Israelis. And Blinken publicly lectured Israel about civilian casualties in Gaza.
We support Israel and its efforts to make sure that October 7th never happens again. We've also been very clear about the imperative of doing that in a way that puts a premium on protecting civilians.
All right, so to be clear, that's far more than the United States ever did in Afghanistan, Iraq, or in the war against ISIS. But Israel knows that it has a PR problem. And we're going to put this map up for you here in the board. This is the map that the IDF released. It splits Gaza here. This is the Gaza Strip, right, into about 100 different zones. And the idea is that they are going to be able to update Palestinians, non-combatants, in real time of which zones they are going to be operating in. And you can see this would be Khan Yunis. Up here would be Gaza City, where already Israelis have cut the Gaza Strip here north to south. The Israelis are saying this is how targeted our airstrikes and clearing operations will be. The Israelis have an advantage here because while there was a pause, they still kept this north-south divide here. So the Israelis have cut it here. And remember, Hamas's strongholds are here and here, Khan Yunis, and then up in Gaza City. And then you had the Israeli humanitarian corridors that they had made to allow people to move south there. IDF communicates evacuation notices now also via text messages, but with pamphlets as well. We'll show you that coming down. You can see this is the sky over Gaza. Hundreds of thousands of pamphlets have flown down. Interestingly enough, I talked to some good friends in Israel who were having Shabbat dinner, Israelis here, just on the other side of the Gaza border. They said there was a number of leaflets that had flown into their kibbutz, where they grow wine grapes. So they were reading the very same pamphlets that they were reading in Gaza. You can see the QR code and then in Arabic telling people where to go south. This is the closer look at exactly what they look like. Messages include details on where to go for safety, and then also a link to the maps. Now we're going to look at actually Khan Yunis, and this is important here. This is the second of the two Hamas strongholds. The Hamas stronghold is here, down into the city center. You've got humanitarian corridors that have been set up just south of Khan Yunis here and here, over there and over there. That's where hundreds of thousands of people from the north have flooded down. These are the cities right now here that the Israelis are starting to work their way into, and they're beginning to encircle Khan Yunis the exact same way the Israeli military encircled Gaza City. Earlier yesterday, we spoke to a father of an Israeli soldier who had been killed in the battle for Gaza City, talking about the pressure now that is being put on the Israelis by the United States.
There's American pressure on the Prime Minister, on our government, on our country to not persist in the destruction of Hamas. And I believe that that's an absence of moral clarity.
All right, for whatever Mr. Biden lacks in moral clarity, he has in political clarity. Biden's political team now realizes he faces an existential political threat because of the Democratic Party's divide on Israel. The pro-Hamas wing and the pro-Israel wing. American financial aid and ammunition delivery gives Team Biden extraordinary leverage. Even Mr. Biden's favorite morning show is demanding he condition military aid now on Israel's actions.
The United States has the right to say, if we're going to continue propping up your government, if you don't have faith in this guy who knew this was coming a year away, we need a better partner. And Benjamin Netanyahu is not that partner.
Netanyahu is, as if not more, of a polarizing figure in Israel than Trump or Biden are in America. But the pro-Israel lobby in the United States will go nuts if Biden tries to condition aid or Israeli military restraint, tries to dictate Israeli military restraint. There is a battle coming. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.